Plastic pollution has become a pervasive problem globally, and the story of Ghana is no different, as plastics are no doubt an essential part of people's lives. According to some estimates, 20 to 25% of municipal solid waste is plastic. And for the chunk of plastic waste that is unaccounted for by waste management organizations, they are either burnt openly, leading to deterioration in air quality, dumped into drainages, causing a myriad of problems, or are disposed in some environmentally unsafe manner. But all hope is not lost. The Green Africa Youth Organization is implementing the enterprise-driven solution to plastic management under the Zero Waste Accra project. This material recovery facility you see behind me is the primary reception point for waste within the Ladekotopong and the Jokoku municipalities here in Accra, in Ghana. This material recovery facility receives about 8 to 10 tons of plastics every month. It is the primary workstation for over 300 waste pickers who bring their plastic waste here for processing. For people who are unable to break free from single-use plastics but also need an environmentally sound way of managing their plastic waste, we organize community drive-thrus where we pick up plastic waste from the communities and bring them here for safe processing so that they do not end up in landfills or in our marine ecosystem. Essentially, a day at this material recovery facility looks like this. So what you just saw there was me helping one of the riders offload some plastics from a community drive-thru. And so like I mentioned earlier, one of the things that we do at community drive-thrus where people bring their plastic waste to vantage points in the community and then the tricycle picks them up and brings them to the material recovery facility. So what you can see here is the sorting of plastics into the various types and colors. So this is predominantly PET because of the heavy reliance on PET bottles for beverages and for water. And so what you're seeing here now is a sorting according to color coding and plastic types. So the covers or the corks are a different type of plastic from the body. And so they are removed and put in a separate container, and then the clear or the white ones go into one compartment, and then the colored, which is the green or brown, go into a different compartment. But sometimes some of the plastics come with water or beverages in there, and so it's opened and the beverage or water is poured into a different container, and then they are then processed into the various types and colors. And then the labels are residual waste, essentially that you cannot recycle, and so they are kept in a different pile for onward disposal. So this here is a pile of brown and green plastics, and then this is a pile of clear and blue plastics. The problem with this pile is that it's very difficult to recycle, and a lot more recyclers prefer white or the clear and the blue ones. And so one of the advocacy that we've been doing is that producers of these kinds of plastics, or companies that use these kinds of plastics, desist or change to the clear and the blue types for easy recycling. In order to maximize space in this material recovery facility, we bought this baler to be able to bale the plastics such that their volumes are not so humongous and they don't take too much space within the material recovery facility. With the help of this baler, we're able to maximize the use of space within the facility and ensure that waste pickers add value to the plastics that they bring to the facility before it gets to recycling. So a typical output of baled plastics from this baler is what you see here. So while the world is busy trying to develop a legally binding instrument on plastic pollution, the activities that you've seen here today are some of the things that civil society organizations, youth groups, local authorities in the various municipal assemblies can do to combat the issue of waste pollution, especially if we indeed want to phase out open waste burning in Africa by 2040. While this material recovery facility is just an edifice, it has contributed tremendously to the integration of waste pickers and other informal sector waste workers into municipal solid waste management architecture, such that they are helping drive waste away from landfills for processing, and by so doing, avoiding methane production, which will effectively contribute to climate action. These are some of the things that we can do. Together, let us fight waste and pollution in our communities. Thank you.